Hey guys, this is Zishan from ultimateofftimes.com. Today we are going to talk about Vampire the Masquerade Swansong. Review of Vampire the Masquerade Swansong with info on the story, gameplay mechanics, and everything else you need to know before you buy. You play as these cute monsters in Vampire the Masquerade in a complex world where the limits between the real and supernatural are constantly blurred. The Swan, Hazel Iverson, is the new prince of the Boston Camarilla. She aims to exert her control and respect the masquerade, the vampiric code designed to keep humans unaware of the existence of these creatures of the night. However, nothing goes as planned. With rumors of conspiracies, murders, and power struggles, you must work in the shadows to defend your sect in a frantic investigation causing mayhem in Boston. You play as one of the 300-year-old vampires and progress through the game by dealing with their interwoven destiny, coping with their opposing viewpoints, and using their character sheets to distinguish the truth from the lies. Each character has its own set of powers and vampiric disciplines that you can customize. Will you use fear, seduction, or stealth? It's your choice, as long as you can satisfy your thirst for blood. The plot revolves around 3 vampires, each roughly 100 years old, from distinct vampire clans with opposing perspectives on the Camarilla's rule. Caleb, an intimidating man of family Ventru; Imem, a seductive Amazon of Clan Toreador; and Laisha of Clan Malkavian, who relies on a blood mixture following a shooting in Boston. The 3 examine conspiracies, beginning with who authorized the attack and why. Swansong is a narrative-driven, single-player role-playing video game in which the player controls 3 vampires with various vampiric skills, alternating between them during the game. Characters will upgrade their domains and character statistics to suit the player's desired playstyle. This affects character interaction and skills utilized when exploring the game world, such as picking locks and hacking computer terminals. Because humans frequently surround the player characters, the player must exercise caution when and where they use supernatural talents to avoid revealing their character's vampiric origins. Throughout the game, the characters are placed in tough situations in which the player must make moral decisions with no obvious proper answer. Swansong's distinct gameplay concept focuses on the implications of your decisions in both the investigation and your social interactions with others. Analyze each circumstance carefully, since your decisions will have a significant impact on the lives of your heroes and the fate of the Boston Camarilla. Skills and traits are displayed on character sheets for each of the 3 playable characters, which will grow as the user uses each character to make different decisions. Disciplines, characterized as vampiric capabilities used to solve difficulties, can be utilized to teleport or heighten character senses, and all fields improve for enhanced abilities. You can become an expert in communication and persuasion and dominate people, or learn how to hack systems and locks. The heroes also have vampire abilities known as the disciplines. For example, Imem, a Toreador vampire. The Toreador, a vampire clan noted for being the most sensual and seductive of all vampires, is the first kindred clan we need to discuss. They are responsible for the mythology of vampires as desirable and beautiful beings who pose as artists, actors and actresses, exquisite dancers, dedicated sculptors, and accomplished painters. They value beauty in all of its manifestations and, above all, pursue it indefinitely. They are a pillar of the Camarilla and will do their part to keep the masquerade intact. Imem, their agent, is supernaturally gorgeous, especially compared to other Toreador kindred. Imem is an attractive vampire who will entice her victims with her charms. Caleb is a Ventru vampire. The Ventru are a vampire clan with the proudest ancestry of any. Their only purpose is an honor, and they never violate their word. Noblesse oblige is essentially equivalent to them, as they genuinely feel that they know what is best for both vampires and humans in the world. Caleb is already a frightening figure to look at. When you combine this with his vampirism and his abilities as one of the Venture's many cleaners, you have a highly powerful asset. And Laisha, a Malkavian vampire. The Malkavians have been divided into 2 distinct sects, each with its objective. The first are people impacted by the so-called Great Prank. Their craziness isn't as obvious at first, but it typically presents as hallucinations, OCD, and other symptoms. The second is unaffected by the Great Prank and crazier than their saner siblings. They shred human intestines to see the future and physically and psychologically torment their victims. You can probably guess what Laisha can accomplish with her vampire talents from these words. A vampire with sight but also profound insanity. We don't know much about how we'll control our 3 kindred protagonists in terms of controls. We are also unaware of any other game modes than the single-player campaign. Choices appear important in this game, especially since you only have a limited quantity of energy, known as willpower points, to use your skills, unlock doors, hack iPhones, or do anything else that involves your non-supernatural abilities. There are healing artifacts everywhere, such as these old coins that allow you to regain your willpower points and continue investigating. It wouldn't be a Vampire the Masquerade game if you couldn't also test your supernatural abilities or disciplines, although doing so increases your hunger gauge, naturally. If your hunger gauge becomes too high, you'll need to feed on human NPCs to remain hidden in your human form, lest you blow your cover and lose the investigation. I didn't provide it to anyone during my test game. Still, creator Big Bad Wolf Studio says it takes some skill. You'll have to figure out how to entice NPCs into private locations before you can feast on their blood and replenish those delicious, sweet discipline points. If your hunger gauge becomes too high, you'll have to feed on human NPCs to stay hidden in your human form, or you'll blow your cover and lose the investigation. Vampire the Masquerade Swansong looks stunning in terms of graphics. The various areas are graphically amazing. The characters seem fantastic, and we can expect a terrific visual experience overall. It's very much a given that Big Bad Wolf Studios use Unreal Engine, according to what has been presented in the game's numerous trailers. Swansong has a piece of really catchy music, however. For the time being, those trailers are isolated instances of Vampire the Masquerade Swansong's soundtrack. Vampire the Masquerade Swansong video game will be available for Microsoft Windows, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X, S in May 2022. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy this video. So, just click the like button below, and also to watch more videos from us. Just subscribe to Ultimate of Times and also join our forum to build a gaming community.